my beautifuls, lovelies, amazing, wonderfuls, and beloveds. I am Maggie, and I want to thank you for joining me on my channel because it would be nothing without you. And I really appreciate your support. And as we build the channel, I can feel the new earth energies. And as Brian Scott would say, we are bringing it to the new earth. We are building it together. So what we are doing on this lovely channel together, right now we are doing Dr. Wayne Dyer's book, Excuses Be Gone. And this, why are we doing this? Because this is a book on how to change lifelong self-defeating thinking habits. Now, we are currently in part 2, chapter 5, the second principle called alignment. So the first principle was awareness. Now we're in the second principle of alignment. So we're going to pick up where we left off. Okay, excuses are, one more thing I forgot. When you do get a chance, please hit that subscribe and hit that like and leave your positive comments. I really look forward to hearing from you. Okay, so here we go. Excuses are all misalignments. So this is the subtitle. So here we go. Look back at chapter 3 and consider what those 18 excuses I delineated say to you. Go down the list and you'll see that they all focus on what can't be done and why it has never happened. So can't, never. The only thing an excuse gives you is an option out of the life that you'd like to live. Okay, so we are all here dreaming to have our best lives, okay? So we're not going to opt into excuses. We are the can-dos and everything's possible. That's us. So the only thing an excuse gives you is an option out of the life that you'd like to live. Words like difficult, risky, can't, not strong, not smart, rules, too big, and too complicated excuse you from being the kind of person you'd like to be and were destined to become. Okay, so because you have greatness in you. We are all fractals of God, and God don't make no mistakes. So we have to pick up what he's laying down, and we need to step forward to be our best. So now consider how source energy seems to operate. Does it really seem that it's possible for God or divine mind to think in it can't be done ways? Of course not. The logic seems abundantly clear to me, harmonized with energy that can do anything and everything. For this is your original nature. So I'm going to say that again because this is, some of the most important ideas coming out of here. It is abundantly clear to me, harmonized with energy that can do anything and everything, for this is your original nature. So excuses are evidence that you discarded a way of thinking that's all powerful for one, that's all limiting. Okay, wait, I gotta get that again. Excuses are evidence that you've discarded a way of thinking that's all powerful for one that's all limiting. Okay, that's what I think sometimes the beauty of this is, because I try to read it and then sometimes I gotta like dissect it, right? Well, in a nice way. But here we go. So we want to pick the all powerful way, no more limiting. So in other words, it's imperative that you decrease ego-dominated thinking, which offers you mostly excuses, in favor of thinking that's aligned with all things are possible ideas. So guys, remember we were doing that infinite possibilities, okay, across the screen of your mind. Infinite possibilities. Infinite possibilities. Or you could newsflash, all things are possible for me. All things are possible for me. All things are possible for me. And remember, we also talked about that when we have a challenge coming, instead of tapping into like how it will be hard and impossible, we are going to tap first. Tap, tap, tap in. We're going to tap in Oh, I love sweetie. But anyway, we're going to tap in to that sector, like reality transurfing we call. The alternative space is my sugar daddy. So we're going to be tapping into the infinite possibilities, all things possible. Okay, that's what we do. Drive on. Okay, so let's keep going. One of the most common kinds of habitual self-debilitating ideas concerns money. Ooh, money. I don't have enough money is a misaligned thought because money is an inexhaustible supply in the world. Okay, so we better check ourselves before we wreck ourselves, right? Okay, so if we're having that idea that you don't have enough money, we're not aligned. Okay, so here we go. There is so much of it, in fact, that it would be impossible to create a calculator large enough to even count it. And if you even go past like money, I mean, look at resources such as gold, silver, cobalt, diamonds. I mean, the world is absolutely rich. So now, in order to receive what's being transmitted, frequencies of thought have to match up. So thought energy is picked up by a receiver tuned to the same frequency. So if source energy is transmitting at 95.1 FM, tuning in to 6:10 AM isn't going to bring you what you want to hear. Likewise, it's impossible to pick up on what universal source energy is transmitting to you if you stay misaligned and don't change frequencies to tune into it. Just sit for a moment and let these thoughts be received right now. So here we go, guys, if you will receive this. You came from a source that has unlimited abundance. You came from a source that has unlimited abundance. You came from a source that has unlimited abundance. It is still generating that same idea today. You merely left it behind. But when you return to those frequencies of your source, you'll start to recognize them again. They'll begin to sound familiar to you. And ultimately, you'll be back in harmony, singing the music that you sang long before you acquired an ego and began your journey of misalignment. Because when we are aligned with the universe, when we are aligned with source energy, everything is available to us. So, wow. I'm just going to read that one line again. You came from a source that has unlimited abundance. So while I'm using the example of money here, this logic applies to all habitual thoughts or excuses you use to explain why your life isn't the way you claim to envision it. Therefore, I need to be healed is a vibrational match to I don't have access to perfect health. And God is withholding his healing power from me, which it's not. So, you know, like Neville Goddard, like Josiah Brandt, hit up his channel, School of Imagination. He is awesome. And hit up Brian Scott, awesome. And Elmar O'Locker, hit them up for Neville teachings. But they also talk that whatever the I am is in all. So if it's creating lack, if it's creating abundance. So let's move on over to the frequency of abundance. Okay? All right. So, therefore, I need to be healed is a vibrational match to I don't have access to perfect health, and God is withholding his healing power from me. No, just a switch the dial. You are a physical extension of the source of life, you. And the source is nothing but well-being. But you can't access this well-being when you vibrate in a different frequency. So, I need someone to live up to my expectations or to love me in the way I want to be loved in order to be happy is another common alignment thought, misaligned thought. So those both, you know what's interesting too is the more that you are grounded and in your body, you start to really, your body is this intelligence and it will tell you like, oh, that's not aligned. And those statements that I just said don't they're not aligned. I mean, you don't need anyone to love you to be worthy. You are worthy because you are. So, yet source energy is only about love. And Meister Eckhart wrote in the 13th century, all God wants of thee is for thee to go out of thyself and let God be God in thee. So come on, wake up. Just let source energy be source energy in you. And source energy has no excuses built into it. It simply says that you are loved and you are loved. And all you have to do is get this to be a vibrational match to love. Or as the prayer of Saint Francis puts it, where there is hatred or anything else that is not of source, let me so love. So when you become that vibrational match and align yourself in this way, you'll see your desires begin to manifest for you immediately. And that is something that I pray for all of you, that, the favor of God be upon you, and that your highest value orders, desires, dreams, goals, and life purposes be manifest for you immediately. And I know a lot of you here joining me are studying, multiple ways of doing this. Wayne Dyer is presenting one way to access, your awareness, your consciousness. I encourage you to dive into Josiah Brandt's channel, School of Imagination, Brian Scott's channel, Reality Revolution, and Elmar Olacher's channel, also on Neville. Neville Goddard, his father actually studied under him, or his grandfather, I think. But anyway, all wonderful teachers. And I am just so glad you joined me today. It's precious having you here, and I appreciate your support. So when you do get a chance, you know what to do. Hit like and subscribe and leave your positive comments. I'm so grateful for you. All right, well, you know what's next. Peace in, peace out.